to you. Happy birthday,
dear Anna. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Growing up in my parents' religion, I was taught and came to believe in reincarnation and karma. Karma says that you are rewarded or punished based on your acts. If you do good, you will reap good, and vice versa. Reincarnation is the belief that your soul, upon death, comes back to earth in another form or body. While growing up in this belief system gave me a natural curiosity for the spiritual world, it left me with more questions than answers. In all my efforts to do good, I always felt like I wasn't good enough. I so badly wanted to be free of this physical body with all its limiting factors, to reach enlightenment, to finally be good enough to be with God. I kept asking who or what defines whether my works are good enough. In God's grace and mercy, He revealed Himself to me in Jesus at a point in my life when I felt defeated and worthless, when I felt like no matter what I did, I was never going to be good enough. I was at a point where I wanted to reject Him completely. This was the moment when I first tasted of His goodness. His words were sweet to my soul, inviting me to stop striving, but to accept and rest in the free gift He offered me at the cross. I came to realize in all my efforts, I would have never been good enough. But Jesus came and said, I will take your place. In all my striving, the end result would only have been death. But Jesus said, I will die for you freely so that you can be with me in eternity. This moment changed the way I viewed every Christmas from that day forward.
What do you think? You like it?
Distracted, inattentive, busy. These are not the words we want our Christmas season to be remembered and characterized by. The season can pass by so quickly that we come to Christmas Day and realize we've completely forgotten about the true meaning for why we are celebrating. Many places within Scripture warn us against forgetting, and specifically forgetting God. Moses warned against this kind of forgetfulness. While walking in the wilderness for 40 years, the people of Israel quickly forgot what God had done. They had seen God's miraculous acts of judgment exercised against Egypt. They had been delivered by God through the Red Sea. They had received God's provision for them in the manna and water from the rock. It was Israel's persistent forgetting of God which led to their idolatry. When their idols offered quick solutions to their needs, they were easily distracted and so focused on the present issues that they neglected the foundational truths of the past. We too easily become distracted by the demands of our day. While forgetting little things can feel like no big deal, when demands of life add up, we quickly forget to read our Bibles, or it's just too easy to skip church. Our seemingly small moments of forgetting is the beginning of idolatry, of a making of our own God, a God we can easily serve. It's the beginning of forgetting God. The people of God held feasts throughout the year to remember what God had done for them, and they built altars to remember places where God had met with them.
One thing that's really practical for me in helping to remember is to journal, and I actually have all my journals here from years. I think I started journaling when I was about 9 years old, and it's just really helpful in writing down the joys in life or our struggles, or I even write down a lot of prayers and just kind of seeing God's hand in all those things across my life. We don't always recognize or see it like right in that moment, so this is just really helpful to look back and see where God has been working and the times that He has answered prayer. I like to use the Christmas season and like into the new year to look back at my journal from the previous year and just see all those times of answered prayer, or to recognize places that like maybe I want to continue working on, or to pray through into the next year.
Maybe you've lost the awe and wonder you've once felt at the feet of Jesus. Maybe you haven't taken the time to actually sit at his feet, to gaze at him, and to remember what he has done in your life. To remember the time he first gripped your heart, when he revealed himself to you and you saw him in all his true splendor and glory. When you first drank of his living water and couldn't help returning to be refreshed and drink more. So while Christmas gives us an opportunity to remember and celebrate, we have to be intentional to celebrate its true meaning. Not only is it a day to celebrate Jesus' birth, but the Advent season lends us an extended time to remember, to sit at his feet, and to reignite our hearts with the awe and wonder we felt when we first believed.